Hi there, friends. In this video, I'm going to describe what the differences are between a dimension and a measure data in Tableau. So hang tight and watch this video until the end. So if you remember, we have talked in other videos that typically there are four main types of variables or data in statistics and data analysis, which are nominal data, which are also called categorical data, ordinal data, and then ratio and intervals. So when Tableau knows these variables into two categories, and which are dimensions and measures. So dimensions are nothing but categorical data or nominal data or textual data or characteristics data, however you would like to call it. And they are represented, they are shown in the color of in blue color, as you can see here. And the measures data are pretty much continuous data, or any other way you like to call it, and they are represented with green color. As you know, that Tableau automatically captures the data type each time that you import your data set into Tableau. But it's also important for you to understand that you can also change or alter your data type in Tableau if you need to. If you need to. So again, the green colored variables are measures or continuous variables or data, and blue colored variables are dimension data. So the reason it's important to understand your data type for each of your variables is because each function, each visualization or each calculation actually deals with data types differently. So if you're dealing with, if you have measures data and you would like to calculate it, and if you'd like to create a calculation field for it, then it's important to understand that at some points Tableau would like you to aggregate those measures. And if you're dealing with dimensions, then there are certain functions that you need to use that are exclusively used for dimension data. So knowing the data type is not only important for primary data preparation, but also for your actual calculations or analysis, especially when you write your calculated fields. So allow me to give you a couple of examples how Tableau deals with how Tableau produces an output only on the basis of the data type. For example, let's start with creating a chart. So as you over your mouse, your cursor onto each chart, it provides you with information uh, as far as what type of data or variable are needed in order for that chart to be able to create it. For instance, we're looking at a pie chart, and it says that to create a pie chart, you need one or more dimension on one or two measures. So what we can do is we're going to click on a dimension or categorical data, in which case it could be subcategory here. And then it also asks us for one measure data, which could be the profit here. And as you can see, we select both of these, dimension and measure variable, those charts or those visualizations that are satisfied with this requirement are automatically activated, and we will be able to produce them by simply by clicking on that chart type. In which case, in this case, we would like to create a pie chart. And as soon as we click on it, as you can see, we have our pie chart created here. And if you'd like to add name of your subcategories, you can simply just drag your subcategory onto the text, and it should be able to add the text to your pie chart slices. Another example could be it could be using the filters. So, for example, if you're using a dimension to produce filtering, and when you filter on a dimension, as you can see, you're asked a discrete list of subcategories that you can select from which one of them you would like to bring onto your visualization, or which one of them you would not like to bring on your visual. For instance, if you like to bring, let's say, the first three ones, apply and OK. As you can see, it accepted the filter and produce visualization accordingly. But if you were to if you were to filter on a measure, then it would be a different case. For instance, if you would like to, if you would like to produce a filter on profit measure, then as you can see, we're not take we do not see a distinct or a discrete list of subcategories list. Instead, we see a list of aggregation or aggregation based calculation. So Tableau is asking you, what would you like to do? How would you like to bring your filter, or how would you like to apply your filter? And now, if we were to filter on the basis of a measure variable, then we would see that it will be a totally different filtering option or customization. Now, for instance, if we filter on the basis of profit measure, as you can see, we don't see just like we saw in the subcategory variable in this in profit, we don't see a list of discrete subcategories. Instead, we see a list of calculation or aggregation based calculation that Tableau is asking us to choose from. Now, for instance, and again, why do we have a different list? Because we're dealing with measures, we're dealing with numbers. So we can't bring, if we have 1 million numbers, we can't just bring all the one, we can't create a pie chart, or we can't create a chart on let's say, and bring all those distinct numbers onto the chart. And instead we have to aggregate it based on a measurement level. So for instance, we would like to filter based on the sum of the profits, and click on next. Then we're going to assign it what range we would like our sums to be, our filter to be based off of. And we say it should be between 2,965 and 41,824. And click on apply. As you can see, our pie chart is now updated on the basis of the sum of profit, which we just filtered. So lastly, again, it's very important to understand that there are two types of uh, variables or data types in Tableau, that which Tableau most of the time automatically detects them for you and assigns them a data type or variable type. Sometimes you can also change those. For instance, you can change it from right clicking on it and simply changing the data type. So if you, let's say, if you change the ship mode, which is a categorical data type, to, let's say, a number variable, then it will automatically go to this zone, to the measure zone, and it will adopt the green color. And you can also see the coloring, the color coding applied everywhere. So for instance, if we were to bring profits onto the shelves here, you see it will be green. If you were to bring ship mode onto the shelf here, and you see it will be blue. I hope that this video helped you in understanding this important topic. Thank you for your time.